Hi there everybody, happy Sunday and welcome to today's new recipe where we'll be doing an Indian inspired nachos with coconut raita. So hi guys, so this is something we tried a wee while ago and it's got loads of little great tasting things in it. Really enjoyed it, so I decided that you might like to know how to make it. So it's got some chickpeas, some cherry tomatoes, some natural yogurt which is coconut. It's got some diced shallots, what's this one here, lime juice, some curry powder, coriander, some lime wedges, mint jelly. In here I've got some ginger and some garlic, tomato paste, half a Knorr cube, mango chutney and lime juice. Actually this one here is actually oil, which I need for thinking. So to start with, we're going to actually get the nachos done. And what I have is some tortilla wraps. Now I only had the big ones in the freezer because I wanted to save them because they were going out of date, so I've kind of quickly froze them. But you'd be better off with the small ones if you can, and then you cut them into half and then cut them into kind of quarters again, so you've got like jacky wedges. But today I've got to try cutting them with a cutter and see what happens. So I'll get this out of the way for a minute. I've preheated the oven to 200. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm also going to brush these with a bit of oil because you need them to crisp up in the oven. So a bit of oil kind of helps that. So a wee brush of oil on them, and don't soak them because you don't want them to be sodden. But just a wee light. Like that. Okay. Pop them on top of each other and then just use your cookie cutter. Hopefully it'll cut. I'm saying hopefully because I've never tried it before, but yeah, kinda. I think I'm better off with just a sharp edge. When you've cut them all up, I've got them into circles. You can have them any shape you want. Just pop them onto the tray. Now, they don't have to be kind of individually because they will cook. Obviously it's better if you can layer them as little together as you can, but even 2 trays might work, but we only have 1 in our household, so we just do what we can. Now I like to lay them on the edge so you get really crispy ones. Sprinkling of salt, nothing too major, and then we're going to pop it in the oven. So we'll put it in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes, but seriously keep an eye on it because you don't want it to burn. So pop the heat onto the pan. I'm going to use that oil I was using. Heat that up and then we'll add the garlic and ginger. So I'll add the garlic and ginger in. Okay. Half of the tomatoes. There we go. Keep the other half. Curry powder. We'll cook this down with the chickpeas. While that's cooking, we're going to take the onion, the rest of the tomatoes. We're going to add in the onions. And half the lime juice. And the coriander. Give this a good old mix up. And you have a nice wee salsa up on top. Pop the kettle on. Then you're going to pop the stock in there. 150 ml. Or thereabouts. Add in the tomato paste. And give it a good mix. So what you're trying to do is to soften up the tomatoes. Just let that simmer. So here we're just going to add the mint jelly into the yogurt and mix it all well. I should have probably picked a bigger dish. Add in the mango chutney. It gives this recipe a nice sweetness. And it's totally vegetarian. So we're just going to reduce that till it's a bit thicker. I like to bash the tomatoes. Okay, so the nachos should be ready. Oh yes, this is what you're looking for. Look at that. Just browned nicely, and there should be I'd like to show you. Let's do that. You know, like a snap. So we're going to distribute these between two. So spread them out equally between the two. I like to do a little hole in the middle so that they don't get too soggy. I'm going to share this between them both. And then salsa on top. Smother it in this. Delicious. So give it a good old sprinkling on top. Sometimes it's best to keep a little bit back for when you get to the bottom and you've scoffed it all, and it's a nice treat to have some more again. But it's not difficult to make. And there you have it. I'm going to take that off the heat. So you have Indian inspired nachos with a nice coconut and mint raita. The best way to have this is on the sofa with a movie. So we're headed over. So yeah, what do you think? Colourful? Like you? So basically get tucked into your hands because it's the best way. Can you hear that crunch from the nachos? They're so much nicer doing it in that way than buying a packet of nachos. Doesn't it? It holds its crunch longer. And there's a nice sweetness to the curry. And a kick. But the freshness of the tomatoes and the onion, just, oh, the shallots, just really brings it together, eh? This is definitely a one for a bottle of wine, a good movie on the telly, and just cuddle in. So don't forget, also the whole recipe is at www.theriseandtattiesboys.co.uk, and it'll be on the top.
Hard to talk about. Too much in my mouth right now. No puns. I like the sauce on top of it. It just makes it different because you'd be like having this sauce on top of it with a Mexican dish, but it's more of an Indian style.
Yeah.
So it's nice that we have that fusion of Mexican and Indian there.
Yeah, because instead of sour cream, you've got the raita, which to me as well, and I could eat raita by the pot. So I hope you enjoyed that simple wee video. We certainly enjoyed eating it. And don't forget, please guys, thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. It'll make you feel good. And we'll see you next Wednesday when I think Ray's doing a Filipino dish for you.
Maybe not. Let's see.
Okay.
Surprise.
And don't forget, everybody, live your fullest life.
Always.
Bye.